Hey, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to Life Mastery Decoded, where I help you decode the struggles in your life in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality with mind mastery, emotional management, and meditation. Welcome to today's podcast. Hey, ladies, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you highly motivated. If you are not highly motivated, then it is my intention that in today's episode, I give you one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So we're going to talk about motivation today. And for when I'm recording this, it's the end of January. We just got a couple inches of snow. We probably have a good, 8-10 inches total. It's been really, really cold the last couple of days. It's been slightly annoying. I have two very highly energized dogs that can't wait to go for a walk, can't wait to go play in the backyard, and they're having a really hard time being able to stay outside for very long. And so we try to do some stuff inside to keep them and their energy and their spirits up. Because if you own pets, especially dogs, and if they're not getting to do the things that they love, they tend to get depressed. And you can tell this by their ears are a little bit floppy and they're a little bit less excited to see you when you come home. So, but we're not here to talk about dogs, are we? We are here to talk about you, and we're here to talk about motivating yourself to reach the goals and desires that you're looking for, to change your life, to improve areas of your life, to feel better about your life in general. And we can do that ourselves. We don't have to wait you shouldn't wait for the physical to change, the world around you to change, or to try to get people to do things differently so that you can be happy, because the outside world is a reflection of your internal world. The outside world is a mirror image of what is going on for you on the inside. So pay attention to what your physical life is like. If you take the general complaints in your life and you stand back and say, okay, is there anything going on with your health? Is there anything going on with your money, your finances, your career? Anything to do with money or how you bring income in? Is there anything going on with your relationships? And if you look at any one of those things, you can find the answer to your question. So if you say, yes, my relationships are pretty bad right now. My teenage daughter and I are fighting. I don't have a teenage daughter. These are just examples. My daughter and I are constantly fighting, or my husband and I are constantly bickering, or my son and I are not talking, or my mother-in-law, whatever. Yes, my relationships are awful right now. Then you can say, where inside of me is there not harmony in that area? Where inside of me is there not harmony in the area of relationships? Where is that not conducive? Where am I failing in that area? And how can I bring more harmony to that area? So that's at least deciphering. There's so many ways to figure out what's going on in your own life simply by asking yourself questions and going inward. Asking yourself questions instead of trying to get my daughter, my son, my husband, my mother-in-law to change, which we all know how hard that is. Instead of getting them to change, it's actually easier to get you to change. It might not seem like it at first. You can threaten your son, or you can manipulate your daughter, or you can lie and cheat and steal to other people and sort of get them to mold to your ways. And for very short periods of time, you might feel better. You might feel like, okay, it's changing. I talked to her. I communicated with her. I got her to not go on a date with that guy that I don't like, or I got my mother-in-law to help me cater this wedding, or I got, whatever. And you were able to get them to, quote, change or adapt. But then do you notice that it goes back? It just goes back to the normal way of doing things. The relationship goes again. The relationship turns, the money stops, the boyfriend does it again, even though he apologized. It always comes back around. When that happens, that is a sure sign that it's not them, which mostly it's usually never them. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's you. And it only means that something inside is causing this to show up out in the physical world. It's causing it to manifest out in the world. And when we pay attention and we ask those important questions, we can get the answers that we need. We can say, okay, so my relationships are not going that great. Okay, so where in my life do I need to work on those relationships? Where with me? My importance, my values within me towards me. This has nothing to do with the outside world. The outside world is what you're trying to manifest differently, what you're trying to change. Well, in order to change the outside world, you have to focus on the inside world. You have to focus on the inside world. So take nutrition just as an example, because you'll understand this so simply, is if I want my body to change, I have to feed it different stuff. So I'm putting different things inside. I can't continue to drink Coke and drink beer and eat pizza and cookies all day and expect my body to be in its top optimum health. So I'm putting inside. So when we're talking about relationships and we're looking at our lives, my question to you is, what is your relationship with your life like? I'm sorry, what is your relationship with you like? Do you like yourself? Do you honor yourself? Do you treat yourself with respect? Do you feed yourself nutritious foods? Do you give yourself joy in different ways, that you just do activities that bring you joy simply because they make you feel better? Do you do that? Do you honor yourself in a way that creates self-care, where you take care of yourself? Even if it's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, an hour there. Maybe it's only 10 minutes a day and then it's an hour on the weekend. Do you do that? Do you honor yourself in a way? Do you respect yourself? Meaning, do you care for yourself? Do you put yourself on the top of the list as in a space where I take care of myself and I love myself so that I can love and care for others? That is a beautiful way to live your life. And I will guarantee you, if you start to live your life that way, you will see things in your outside world changing. You will see your relationships changing. If there are things in your life that you're mad about, that you are not getting, not doing, you'll take it out on other people. If you live a life that you are not honoring yourself, that you are not putting yourself on the top of the list, and there isn't a lot of self-care and self-love and doing anything to create joy. Are you kidding? I don't do anything. All I do is care for my family. I grocery shop, I do dishes, I mow the lawn, I shovel the snow, I change diapers, I feed babies, whatever I do, care for myself. I don't have time for that. If you don't have time for joy, then I ask you, what are you doing? I ask you, if you're last on your list, who are you actually serving? This is your life. You are put on this planet to experience joy and freedom. You are put on this planet to evolve into honoring your creative self-expression. And if you're not going to honor that, then what are you doing? So take this time to fill in some of these gaps, to fill in answer some of these questions. What can I do to feel better? Now, we're talking about motivation here, and I may very well be demotivating you with this conversation and pointing the finger at you, but I want you to understand, though, that you don't have to look at the outside world to change. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort. It's a lot of scheming and thinking and worrying and fretting and stressing. How do I get my boss to give me a raise? How do I get my daughter to clean her room? How do I get my son to do his homework? How do I get my husband to stop cheating on me? How do I get these things to happen? That's a very high alert space to be in. That's very mental energy, mental exertion. That's a lot of thought, and that adds a lot of stress to the body. And now you're living in this unhealthy space and not getting what you want, and your life is not changing. So let's talk about whatever the topic is. Let's talk about different ways. These are different ways that I've used in the past that really help to create momentum and motivation and inspiration and really start to shift things around. So one of the things that you can do, let's say you're upset about something and you're wanting to feel better about that something, is I ask you to get off the topic. If you can't talk about the topic right now without feeling annoyed, frustrated, angry, get completely off the topic. Go take a break. Go do something. Go get some physical activity. Go for a walk. Go work out. Go stand in the woods. Go mow the lawn. Dig a hole. Do something that gets your body moving, especially if you're angry or frustrated or one of those kind of emotions that is a very expansive, high energy emotion. Anger is very expansive. It makes you move. It gets you up. Try to be really angry and stay seated in a chair. It's really hard. Your body wants to move when it's angry. Okay? You think of like all the energy starts to move quickly. Okay? So if you are angry, if you are frustrated, get off the topic, stop talking about it, stop flowing energy towards the topic that you're not wanting to create. If you went in to get a promotion, they gave it to your friend who was there less than you. He doesn't have the same qualifications that you do, and he's a man and you're not, and he got a raise and this promotion and you're completely pissed off. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay, right about there, you don't want to keep recreating it because it could change. I have seen it happen. I have helped clients change the things that they thought were fact, that they thought were going to happen. And in fact, you stop flowing energy towards it and you start thinking, what would it be if that didn't happen? What would it be if I got it? And if you can do it, start thinking about it on the flip side. Think about it if that didn't happen. What if I got the promotion? Go there. If you can't go there, because that's a very high jump energetically. If you just plummeted down to a 1 and getting the promotion would make you a 10, that's too big of a gap. But first, stop talking about it. Don't talk about it anymore. Don't call your person, whoever your person is, and complain about it. Don't call your friend and make them feel guilty about getting the promotion. Don't call your mother and tell her how much you hate your job. Don't do any of that. Just stop talking about it and go do something else. Try to get off topic as best as you can. Move your body to move the energy. Okay. Now, let's say just getting off topic, not talking about it, really being conscious of the complaining, the flowing of energy towards the thing that you don't want to create. Once you're conscious of that, taking deep breaths, drink some water, go for a walk, go for a swim, do something physical, that just helps to kind of de-energize it. You're going to feel better. I guarantee it. You might not want to do that. You might want to just continue complaining, but I will guarantee you will feel better. Okay, so let's say you go and do that. That's getting off topic. Okay, that's letting go. Get off the topic. The next is once you can relax and you can talk about the thing without it stirring up a negative emotion, you're not getting angry again, then visualize. Visualize getting the promotion, getting the raise, getting the recognition, the accolades, feeling the pride. Go in that space in your mind. When you can go there, feel the joy of it turning around. Now, you may not get that promotion, but you may actually find another job that automatically puts you in at a higher level based on your experience and gives you the raise. The promotion may be from someplace else. We have to be open to those ideas. We have to be open to allow joy into our life. And if you are resonating at a very low vibration, and you have been for years, the sake of you allowing joy is probably pretty low. And that goes back to the beginning of this episode where I say, what are you doing? Why are you here? What can you do? It's joy. Have joy in the things that you're doing. So if you can get to that place of feeling joy and giving yourself permission to feel joy, even if there's people suffering around you, a lot of women will not give themselves permission to feel joy if they're suffering around them. Oh, I'm supposed to just be happy that my so-and-so is in the hospital dying. Oh, I'm supposed to just be happy that I lost my job and I have no income now. And I'm going to say, well, you don't have to be happy about the thing that you created, that is created in your life, that is happening to you, but you can create joy about new things to come. Oh, I'm supposed to be happy that I didn't get this promotion? Not necessarily, but you can let that go to allow a better opportunity to come to you. What could happen if you were able to go through these exercises and you were able to let go and visualize and allow joy, you may very well get an opportunity that you wouldn't have if you continued to complain and fret and stew and worry and stress about the current situation. If you are able to allow this joy, something miraculous could happen. The thing that's miraculous could be a person that maybe you met a long time ago calls you and says, my editor at the firm just left and I would love to hire you. I know that you're working, down the street and, you've been there for 6 years, but I would love to hire you. And whatever he's paying you, I will double it. Something like that could happen. Or the person that got the promotion could get a better offer. He leaves and you get the promotion at the job that you're currently at. So there's lots and lots of ways to have the thing come around to you that is even a better fit. But we have to allow it to happen. Something else that you could do is trust. Now, the universe is not just going to give you things if you don't ask for things. The universe is not going to give you things if you don't feel like you deserve them. The universe is not going to send you things when you are kinking the hose. Water can't get through. Life essence and joy can't get through if you're not allowing it. So now I'm going to give you a little piece of homework to do over the course of until the next podcast even, which could be a couple of days. And the homework is do something or make a list of some things that bring you joy. Now that list will always be fluctuating. The things that brought me joy when I was 17 are not the things that bring me joy now necessarily, or they're different, or the list is bigger even. But I want you to think of something, think of a list, write a bunch of things down, 25 different activities, and they don't have to be activities, but things that you do, that you can do that bring you joy. Sometimes these are going to be higher energy things, like I love biking and snowshoeing and snowboarding and running around with my dogs outside, but I also like reading and wood burning and working with my plants and building Legos. So there's lots of different things on different energy levels, so you want to consider that, but this is your homework. If you want your life to change, be on alert in the present moment of things that aren't working. Be willing to go inward to visualize the things being different, and then be willing to allow joy into your life. When you think of the thing, you think of a thing that you have to do, a work you have to do, go into joy first. Fill your bucket. Then the thing that you will do will be so much easier and so much more effective, and the results will be so amazing, and you'll get it done a lot faster. So if there's something, homework or pay bills or I don't know, whatever, some project that you have to do, you have to go work out and you're completely dreading it. Go into your visualization, allow the joy to happen, allow the universe to come to your assistance, to help you, to motivate you, to create that energy. But you have to do this in your mind. You have to go inward and ask yourself, what is the problem? That's the problem. What do I have to do to not feed and continue to flow energy towards that problem? And then what can I do to bring me more joy? What can I do in this moment that just allows me to feel a little bit better? And in that feeling a little bit better, you are working with the energy of the universe. You're working with the energy of all that it is. And that will start to shift your physical experience. That'll start to shift your relationships, your health, your income. And it will be amazing. And that's what will create the confidence that you need to move this along. But if you don't take the time, if you continue to try to manipulate what's already been made manifest, you will continue to feel stress, frustration, anger, because that stuff's already done. The stuff that's already out in your world that you're experiencing, the money, the lack of health, the yucky relationships, the no opportunities, the frustration, all of that stuff has already been manifest. You're looking at what's already done. So look inward so you can create a new future. If you liked this episode and look forward to future episodes, please consider making a small monthly donation to help support this podcast. If you are looking for a community to join and have more access to me, then consider one of the following platforms. Chakras for Beginners is an energy-based community that is highly active and growing every day. Lady Rising is a sistership community where the focus is on spiritual support and connection. We hold monthly calls and talk about topics such as today's episode. We also have an online store where you can meet your meditation and chakra needs with products for your journey. You can visit us at www.themeditationroomtc.com. Thank you for joining me and being a valued listener.